Hi, friends. Hello. Hey, friends. Welcome back to House Witch. I'm Jay, the your boy, the House Witch. And as you see from today's title, we're gonna read the third chapter of the Hermetica tonight. Thank you so much for being here. I want to thank you for taking the time to come and learn with me a little bit more about um, everything. All right. So the third chapter is pretty good. So it's The Being of a Tomb is the title. So it explains what a tomb is. And a tomb is what the ancient Egyptians called God. A tomb, I think, loosely translates to master and or father. So God is like the father and the master of all. So we're going to get some pretty good insight on what or how we can describe God. So let's see. Chapter 3 of the Hermetica. So, give me your whole awareness and concentrate your thoughts. For knowledge of a tomb's being requires deep insight, which comes only as a gift of grace. It is like a plunging torrent of water whose swiftness outstrips any man who strives to follow it, leaving behind not only the hearer, but even the teacher himself. To conceive of a tomb is difficult. To define him is impossible. The imperfect and the impermanent cannot easily apprehend the eternally perfected. A tomb is whole and constant. In himself he is motionless, yet he is self-moving. He is immaculate, incorruptible, and everlasting. He is the supreme absolute reality. He is filled with ideas which are imperceptible to the senses. And with all-embracing knowledge, the tomb is primal mind. He is too great to be called by the name of tomb. He is hidden, yet obvious everywhere. His being is known through thought alone, yet we see his form before our eyes. He is bodiless, yet embodied in everything. There is nothing which he is not. He has no name because all names are his name. He is the unity in all things. So we must know him by all names and call him everything, a tomb. He is the root and the source of all. Everything has a source, except this source itself, which springs from nothing. A tomb is complete like the number one, which remains itself whether multiplied or divided, and yet generates all numbers. A tomb is the whole which contains everything. He is one, not two. He is all, not many. The all is not many separate things, but the oneness that subsumes the parts. The all and the one are identical. You think that you think that things are many when you view them as separate. But when you see they all hang from the one and flow from the one, you will realize they are united, linked together, and connected by a chain of being from the highest to the lowest, all subject to the will of a tomb. The cosmos is one as the sun is one, the moon is one, and the earth is one. Do you think there are many gods? That's absurd. God is one. A tomb alone is the creator. Of all that is immortal and all that is mutable, If that seems incredible, just consider yourself. You see, speak, hear, touch, taste, walk, think, and breathe. It is not a different you who does all these various things, but one being who does them all. To understand how a tomb makes all things, consider a farmer sowing seeds. Here wheat, there barley, now planting a vine, then an apple tree. Just as the same man plants all these seeds, so a tomb seeds, so a tomb sows immortality in heaven and change on earth. Throughout the cosmos, he disseminates life and movement, the two great elements that comprise a tomb and his creation. And so everything that is, a tomb is called Father, because he begets all things. And from his example, the wise hold begetting children the most sacred pursuit of human life. A tomb works with nature within the laws of necessity, causing extinction and renewal, constantly creating creation to display his wisdom. Yet, the things that the eye can see are mere phantoms and illusions. Only those things invisible to the eye are real. Above all are the ideas of beauty and goodness. Just as the eye cannot see the being of a tomb, so it cannot see these great ideas. They are attributes of a tomb alone, and they are inseparable from him. They are so perfectly without blemish that a tomb himself is in love with them. There is nothing which a tomb lacks, so nothing that he desires. There is nothing that a tomb can lose, so nothing can cause him grief. A tomb is everything, a tomb makes everything, and everything is a part of a tomb. A tomb, therefore, makes himself. This is a tomb's glory. He is all creative, and this creating is his very being. It is impossible for him ever to stop creating, for a tomb can never cease to be. A tomb is everywhere. Mind cannot be enclosed because everything exists within mind. Nothing is so quick and powerful. Just look at your own experience. Imagine yourself in any foreign land, and as quick as your intention, you will be there. Think of the ocean, and you are there. You have not moved as many things. You have not moved as things move, but you have traveled nonetheless. Fly up into the heaven, you won't need wings. Nothing can obstruct you, not the burning heat of the sun or the swirling planets. Pass on to the limits of creation. Do you want to break out of the boundaries of the cosmos? For your mind, even that is possible. Can you sense what power you possess? If you can do all this, then what about your Creator? Try to understand that a tomb is mind. This is how he contains the cosmos. All things are thoughts which the Creator thinks. But jazz snaps. I love this chapter. This one's one of my favorite chapters. It's wonderful. All right, so I got some cards, and basically the message is that God is everything and all the byproducts. That God is the light that you don't even see. It's the glue that brings everything together. All right. So, a couple things that. Okay. So we got the Queen of Pentacles. So Source and Thoth want us to know that God is more than just the concept of a guy sitting on a couch of clouds looking down on earth and judging. Like we just read, God is everything, and everything in the universe is a thought that the creator thinks. So it's more than just like the woo woo, ethereal, intangible. It's the crystals you play with, it's the stones you walk on, it's the trees you look at, it's the Starbucks you pick up, it's your bed, it's your work, it's your car, it's the gas, it's the transmission, it's the Prindle, it's all that. It's a bag of chips. It's all that. Last time we were talking about how the ancient Greeks had a name, considered everything to be a god. We talked about how trees in a forest is a particular god, trees by the beach are a particular god, and then by region, then there's even more gods amongst all that. I would like to say that this is where, that idea and that concept came from. Was that, everything is a god. And maybe the gods here on earth are here to tend the earth, take care of the earth, treat this whole planet like a temple. We also got the sun in reverse. So with this, I was getting that God is the light that we're not seeing, and also the light that is just so obvious, right? We're just light. We're beings of light, interpreting light. Everything is light. And what's different about the light that is projected here in the 3D is that what manifests are mirrors. And in the 3D, particularly, it seems like everything is a mirror. And what you experience, what you attract, what you encounter and come across, excuse me, is determined, confirmation, from your perception, from what you see. If you have envy, hatred, you know, densifying, I don't know how you say that, making your vision denser, making your vibration denser, thus making your vision foggier, thicker, harder to see. And we got the Three of Cups. So with the Three of Cups, God is the glue that unites everything. It's the sweet sauce. It's the secret sauce. It's love. Love is the glue that unifies everything. And I would encourage you to put on some rose colored glasses and view the world through love and see how much you see and see what you see and just try it out. See what you see. Just putting the intention in your mind and saying, hey, I would like to see the world through love. Even if you might not be too certain on how to accomplish that, just setting that initial intention and like that idea is a large milestone within itself, and the baby step that you might need to be taking. Okay. It's a good feeling. If you want to make it more personal, God is a good feeling that you receive, that you get, that you're not creating necessarily, but you're just being and you're just getting and you're just emanating. It's this feeling of fulfillment and expectation of life, expecting life to continue, expecting life to keep living and to keep doing its thing. So God is the calm amongst the chaos and is also the chaos. It's the yin and the yang. It's seen everywhere without being seen. I don't I really like it, that part. It's oh my gosh. Mm, okay. He is hidden yet obvious everywhere. Alright, that was it. He was hidden yet obvious everywhere. Um, where was I going with this? Somewhere. I lost it. He's he's hidden but obvious everywhere, but not so obvious to us now in this matrix, in this world, in this planet, in this time. Maybe because we're not putting "Hello, my name is God" stamps on everything that we see and encounter. Christianity actually, I guess, it might have been a pursuit to re emphasize the idea of the one, that everything is one and that everything sprouts from the one source. And while everything has a divine essence in its nature because it's an extension of the original source, those extensions are only possible because of the original source. And maybe it was a hope to just remind the planet and society and the world that While yes, all is a God, it all sprouts from the one. It all goes back to the one. Um, Native American cultures say that the world and the universe is attached and sewn together by a big web. A big, big web. The web of life. Like the internet. Just one big web. And like a spider web, it has that that center point that's created from major axes. And from that, the rest of the form, the rest of the image is projected. The ancient natives also used to pray to the spider woman. If you have bad dreams, or if you are having trouble sleeping, or if you feel like you're maybe getting some spiritual attacks while you're sleeping, please pray to the spider woman. Just say, Spider woman, hello, my name is. Please protect my dreams from anyone trying to send me any evil or send me negative messages or scare me in my dreams. Please protect me from that. And she'll protect you. I promise. She's the best. And just call her. I just referred to her as Spider Lady. I've asked her if she wants a different name. She said she's rocking with that. So, all right. But she taught the people how to create, oh my gosh, dream catchers. So that's why, like, you can pray to her to pray to protect you in your dreams. If you don't have a dream catcher, or if you need to reinforce your dream catcher, or what have you. But yeah, pray to the Spider Lady. She's a goddess. All right, all right, the one, man. Oh, all right, my loves. This was fun. Any last anything else, my love? I mean, this was pretty straightforward. I don't know what else to say here. What else to say here? God is the original vibration. Remember that everything is moving, everything is vibrating, everything in the universe is vibrating. Even a desk, even a rock, even a whole concrete road is vibrating at a very subatomical particle, small level. And I actually think that's what, weird side note, I think that's what reptiles pick up when they're using their heat vision. They're seeing or calculating in their mind how quickly molecules are vibrating, because vibration creates heat. And that's how they use their infrared heat waves or whatever. I think that's what I'm getting. That was the message. Do y'all talk to animals? I don't know what it is. I've been talking to reptiles lately. I'm usually terrified of reptiles, but I don't know what it is. I think they're talking to me in my sleep. I We live on a hill. Fucking know. I know there are snakes under this hill. I feel them when I sleep. Like, I feel them moving, and they're really funny. They're really funny. Like, I don't know. Like, they just crack me up. Like, they're they're not twisted. They're straight up. The world is twisted. I don't know what it is. I don't know if anyone talks to, like, orishas or nature spirits or anything like that, or just like your pets. But definitely talk to your pets. They know what's up. Like, they know how. They know. They're the best. to keep you safe always. All right, I'm just shuffling. Uh, Hermes, God, angels, ancestors, guides. Anything else you want to share about this chapter? This was a great chapter. This one. Oh my gosh. Okay, so please remember that, and you know this, and you know this to in your soul, in your heart of hearts. You know this, that your natural state of well-being. Your natural state of being is well-being. You know this. And any deviation from that reality is just an obstructed view, a foggy road ahead. Why? Because you might be holding on to denser points of view, like anxiety, anger, frustration, overwhelmment, even. Um, and I'm not like saying this to shame anyone. Don't feel shamed for feeling anything, because if you're feeling something, it's for a reason. Your feelings are giving you information, they're giving you data, they're letting you know what's up. And okay, same thing with your emotions. Emotions are giving you data. I don't know which one came first, the emotions or the feelings. Y'all answer that. I don't know. But they both give you information. They're both different. Feelings can be a little bit more sensical, where I mean like you sense things, like you can feel heat, you can feel something cold, you can feel spiky, you can feel silky. You know what I mean? And from that, that's giving your brain information. And you can feel your emotions. Like if you're feeling pissed off, you might be feeling a fire burning up inside of you. If you feel melancholy and you feel sad, you might feel some tornadoes or some storms, in your body. And you're registering that as, just angst and anger and just a lot of energy. And because we've been trained to be shamed of those feelings, sometimes we don't manage them properly. And all we really need to do to manage them properly is acknowledge them and thank them for bringing us information. Where that can get a little tricky is if we start kind of dissecting the information that we're getting, particularly if we're not pleased, or like if it's not a really good feeling. The information we might be getting might not be the type of information we want to dissect, because it might be a little bitter or not real, or just, dense, thick, dark. I don't even want to say dark, but like dense. The type of density that you get from like clouds on clouds on clouds, like a thick fog. Like that's the type of thick I'm talking about. Like something that obstructs your view, that is compiled of a lot of things that seem so small. Because like fog is created by precipitation in the air, by water in the air. Droplets seem so small. Like we wipe them off with just a towel or just your hand or whatever, but lined up together in a sequential order, so crowded together, creates a thick layer of fog. And if you're moving around, it might be a little challenging to see. So the more, I don't even, the more dense, I don't even want to say more negative or more bad, because even that, has its yin and its yang. type thing. But just thick. You can feel it. Like there are emotions that make you feel thick. There are thought patterns that make you feel thick. There are thought patterns that make you feel light. There are emotions that make you feel light. So the point of life, like part of the points of life, like part of our purposes is to fine tune and to show those denser feelings and emotions and experiences and thoughts that we do experience and have and create, show them kindness. And that might sound a little weird because because you might think, why would I want to show my pissed off feelings any kindness? They're mean. I hear ya. I'm all right. Just try it. Hold on. Ow, just try it. See what happens. Um, what if that's the one thing you haven't tried? And what if it's the one thing that works? Because giving kindness to someone is, remember, reminding that person or that thing that they are divine being, that they have a vibrational signature that vibrates from here to the end of eternity and forevermore, and that they're a being, that they exist, and all that is worthy of respect and awe and appreciation, which can be interpreted as worship, can be considered worship. So it's an opportunity to intentionally elevate something with love. Confirmation. Because being kind, think about the word kin. The word kin, like your closest of kin, like usually that refers to a spouse or a family member or like a blood relative. So when you're being kind, you're reminding each other that you're kin. When we're kind to strangers on the street, we're reminding them that they're a human being. And sometimes that's why people get so taken back because they're used to being treated like like a lap dog or a whipping dog or whatever it be. So that's why it's important to be kind and kill people with kindness and to show love and to share love, because by doing that you are speaking life into God, because you are invoking God's existence with those behaviors, with those thought patterns, with those conversations. All right. All right. Oh, okay, anything else? All right. So King of Wands. Oh my god, I'm scared. Okay. Okay, they want me to say that source is is a masculine energy. Is a masculine energy. Okay? Don't jump down my throat. All right, ladies. And the reason why I'm getting that is because the masculine energy is the one that initiates, that sparks, that creates. Hold on, let me take it back. Masculine energy is that igniting energy, the one that initiates and gets things going and moving. That in itself is a creation, is a birth. I'm asking like where the feminine energy is coming, where that energy comes into play, but I'm not getting anything yet. Hold on. All right. So I got the Seven of Swords, which is conflict, which talks about conflict and overcoming conflict. And what I'm getting is when movement happened, when energy sparked and moved and initiated, when initiation initiated, at the same time, stagnation and depression and death were created, which creates something so much richer. Like when a man and a woman come together to create a child, the man initiated the life, and the woman, the lady, the woman brings death to that life because she creates something that has an expiration date that is going to eventually, no longer be. When, all right, sorry if this turns too sciencey, but when that seed is implanted from the male to the female, oh my gosh, hold on. Life is created, life is transferred, and chaos is introduced at that very exact moment that life is created or initiated. Chaos is initiated at that moment that that initial life is initiated. And we can, like, because the chaos is brought to the lady's body, it goes through a total chaotic transformation. But from that, something so beautiful comes out, a baby. And a whole life, and a whole series of events, and a whole rich career, and a whole, you know existence, like a whole lineage comes from that one single act. So God is the masculine and the feminine. It's the yin and the yang. It's not one or the other. But what I am getting is that it's the male energy first, because the male energy is the energy that is that initial spark. Like, I mean, in the Bible, uh, God creates Eve from his rib. The woman had to be created from a male uh, body part. You know what I'm saying? Oh my goodness gracious. Yeah, God's love. God's all the love. God's all the love that you see and all the love that you don't see. This card came in the reverse. And the Queen of Cups talks about divine counterparts, love, fulfilling your own cup, being very well balanced in a loving routine, being more receptive of love and more embracing of it. Um, so that came out in the reverse originally. But yeah, yeah. Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Anything else? Oh my gosh. God's also that heartache that you feel. God is also those trials and tribulations that you experience. And we only perceive them as trials and tribulations. We see them as trials and tribulations because our vision is obstructed with ignorance in these processes, because these are required tests that the divine is giving us and granting us and providing us for our evolution and our spiritual growth. Because whether you realize it or not, or whether you like it or not, or whether you sign up or not, you are growing always and always, every single day, all the time, even when you're asleep. You're growing. So God is also those growing pains. And your self and God is also your bad habits and your self-deprecation, like where you talk smack on yourself. God is also that. Because if you choose to grow from that situation or from that behavior or that bad pattern, if you choose to grow from that, your vision is enlightened. You're just so much lighter, because the only way to get through that is by going all the way through it, looking at your bad behavior and consciously choosing a lighter one. All right. Any closing messages, my love? Oh my goodness gracious. All right. God is asking us to choose God, to put down, but that, okay, I say it all the time, focus on the better feeling aspects of your experience. And maybe I need to explain that a little bit, maybe. I'm not saying just look at what is shiny. I'm not saying just look at the good, or like what's positive, or what's shiny, or I don't know, or what's making you feel good. Because sometimes there are things that are not so good feeling in our experience, that you might think like, well, how can I even look at the good at this? But you can. But you can find it. And I think we were talking about it last time. Like if your car stops in the middle of the road, like where's the good in that? Like how can you see the good in that? Like your phone's dead, you can't call AAA, it's the middle of the night, no one's out. Like what do you do? How do you see the bright side in that to get yourself out of that type of situation? And I mean, maybe we start by acknowledging that we're thankful that, it's not high traffic hour and that someone's going to run you over. That might be a little sour note, because you might want to hope that someone's coming around or someone's there. But maybe that you stopped safely, that the car stopped safely, that no one like rammed you or anything, that you have a car to begin with, that you know there's a problem and you know that there's a solution. It might come with a bunch of rigmarole and a lot of like, step by step and a lot of just headaches. But the better feeling aspect of that is that there's a solution, period. Yeah, it might come with some strings attached, but is there a solution? Why wouldn't you want to focus on that there's a solution as opposed to all the strings attached? You know what it entails, you know what the strings attached look like, you know what's up with those. Like, why not just focus on the fact that we know that there's a solution? Because it feels a little bit better. And maybe it doesn't have to feel good, but it just has to feel better. You understand? Like, it doesn't have to feel uh, skipping in a meadow of sunflowers. It just has to feel better than, you know, the situation. Or maybe your phone's not dead and you have AAA and you can call AAA and do all that. And that's a huge silver lining. And maybe you have snacks in the car. That whole process of fine tuning of what you want to focus on and having it is God. That fine tuning is that whole process is God because it's an existence, it's a being. All right, I got my point across. I thought there was more, but guess not. All right, let's get a final closing message, please, and thank you. But the best way to get to God is through that good feeling inside of you. You have it. If you feel like, no, Jade, there's no good feeling inside of me because I feel a very strong bad feeling. How wonderful. How good. I'm so glad to hear that. Because if that is true, then because this is a world and a universe of polar opposites, at the very exact same time, while that bad feeling is existing, at the very exact same time, a good feeling is existing. What needs to be altered is your vantage point, your perception, what you're viewing, your attention. And if we take the suggestion from this reading, we focus on the better feeling aspects of our experience. And that's how we find God. And that's where we can connect with God, is that good feeling within us. Ask yourself in the morning, how is this good feeling inside of me feeling today? And see what your good feeling says. I bet it'll say something. All right, my loves, this was so much fun. I love you. Be safe. Have fun. Bye.